just happened?
I just got it here. It was right over there. And my heart was racing so fast. And I was aiming it for like 30 seconds. And Dad made a deer sound and I hit it. And now it's down.
Show me. What's happening?
My hand is like shaking like crazy.
Alright, so it's got 44. So we were sitting here and he only had about 2 minutes to get ready. Those doe came from the good old spot over there, worked their way all around us, came through. Yeah, I'm shaking bad as you are, and then popped out right there. And I think he made a perfect shot, and she ran around the edge of the field and went down right over there in our field.
The homework paid off.
You knew right where to aim? It felt like it was a good shot?
Yeah.
Squeeze the trigger, didn't jerk it, right? We're gonna go look for some blood. All right, we're down here at the farm. This is our first chance to get out for gun season. It started a couple days ago, but
Yeah.
we had some friends take us to the Notre Dame game, so we couldn't pass that up. So this is our first chance to get out Monday evening. It's gonna be in the mid 30s while we're out. A little bit of wind blowing right in our face and our stands, so that's gonna be good. We're gonna park in a little different spot and ease in straight downwind, so we're walking right into the wind the whole way to the stand. Kind of keep our eyes peeled as we're in there, but I've got a doe tag, so I'll have my bow with me. And Riah got his first doe during youth season, so he can shoot a buck. Yeah, so we're trying to get him on a buck for gun season, and so we'll see what happens. It's his call whether he gets to decide what he wants to shoot. So we'll see what happens. Didn't get any video of him getting his first deer, which I'm kind of kicking myself about, but we're gonna try and do a little video of whatever else we can get on for the rest of the season. So here we go. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right, good evening hunt. Let's see what happens. All right, so here's the update. Soon as we got in the stand, I hadn't even climbed up yet, and Riah said there were deer out in that field just past those trees. There were 3 doe, but it looked like they were being bumped around by something, so I wouldn't be surprised if there's a buck out there too. So we're keeping our eye on that. We've also got a flock of turkeys. We've also got a flock of turkeys just over to our right there. And I've got a turkey tag for archery. Got 6 gobblers, it looks like, to our right. And if they work this way, we're gonna try and get an arrow in one. All right. Sunset's at 5:20. It's 4:40, so we got just a little under an hour left. And we've seen 2 different flocks of turkey a ways off. 1 gobblers, 1 hens. We've seen about 5 doe so far. We'll start doing a little grunting, see if we can get something up on its feet, and curious to come our way. So here we go, last hour. Oh, and we saw a possum. Alright, it's gotten so misty that it's only a few minutes after sunset, but we really can't see much anymore. Unless it's right in front of us, and I don't think that's gonna happen. So we will probably call it for today. Try and get back in here in the morning. The wind's gonna shift a little bit, but it'll still be good to cover all of our property. See anything interesting tonight?
Yeah.
What'd you see?
There's a mouse swimming down there in the creek.
I'm not sure that I've ever seen that before.
That's the first for me.
All right, turkeys, possum, mouse in a creek, and a bunch of far-off doe. So it was a fun night.
As long as the rays keep on believing, feel like it in all, and you'll feel like it in it. As long as the rays keep on believing.
Tell us what the game plan is.
So we're gonna try to sneak through here, up, and be as quiet as we can, and sneak around through these trees and try not to spook anything down in the ditch. And we're gonna go up, around, and try to get in our stand without spooking anything in the field.
Awesome. Gonna sit in the same stand as yesterday.
Yep.
The wind's blowing back towards the big woods and the bedding area, which isn't ideal, but it's blowing off of our property, so hopefully anything coming from our property, we'll have a good shot at. We might get busted if they're coming from the other way, but still a good win for us, so see if we can fool a buck today. Here we go. Some pretty decent action first thing this morning. We got in and had some does behind us over there in the field, in the clearing, and then Riah heard something over to our left, and we listened for a little bit, and pretty soon I caught motion over there. And right after light, probably right at sunrise, caught a buck moving towards us at 50 yards. Tried to get his gun up, and it worked right along the edge of the field here to about 30 yards where I tried to stop it for the first time. It wouldn't really stop. And Riah was trying to get him in the scope up to those trees. And then I realized he couldn't find him in the scope. And I realized that I had zoomed the scope in last night when we were looking at some deer out in the field. So we quickly, as he was coming behind these trees, we quickly got the scope back down to 3 from 10. And by the time he got over here into the clearing, I was able to stop him with a grunt a couple times, but he only stopped for a second or two at a time. And Riah just couldn't quite get him found in the scope in the early light quick enough. And he made his way back up through the brush and around us onto the other property. So it's a nice little buck, but just didn't work out to get on him quite quick enough. Had another little buck out in front of us, a couple 100 yards, and some more does and a coyote that I only had about 5 seconds to get on before he was in the brush, so just barely missed him. All right, we are freezing, so we're gonna go get down and still hunt our way through some of our property, through some thick stuff, and down into a ravine where we saw a fresh rub last night. So everything happened so fast this morning that we couldn't get anything on video, but maybe we'll get some now, so we'll see what happens. We're trying to find the guy that's making that. Much the same plan as last night. Sneak in here. We got wood, good wind to catch them if they're getting up out of their beds. If nothing's happening close to sundown, probably gonna sneak up here, try and catch them in this field, which is where they were last night. But we got a good chance being back in the stand tonight. Just got back in the stand and our group of gobblers popped out there in the field. Looks like they're gonna ease out around us. Probably not come back this way to roost, unfortunately. But we'll keep an eye out. Same group of 6 big old toms that to the right of us last night. Now they're straight out in front, but they're heading for the same spot they went to last night. Well, we had a surprise rain shower pop up, which sucks, but you can pretty much bet that if you're miserable, deer are loving it. So we'll see what happens. Check this out. Mustache. Chocolate ice cream mustache. Say. There we go. All right. Well, we got rained out. Mm-hmm. It was raining too hard to sit there all night. We didn't have the clothes and weren't quite ready for that, so we are in the tent. I don't know how that's gonna go. I have not sat here at night yet, but we got a nice pretty view. And I have definitely in the past seen a lot of deer cut through these woods to get to the fields at night. So, who knows?
No one knows.
No one knows what could happen. And those gobblers circled around back behind us right over there. So they could very well, they roost in these woods a lot, so who knows? Might get Thanksgiving turkey tonight. That'd be awesome. But now, chance this morning. And haven't really seen anything here tonight. It's sunset right now, and we're losing light real fast because of this rain and back in these woods. So that's probably going to be about it for the day, unless we just get real fortunate. Did some rattling tonight and some grunting, but we haven't seen a thing. So we'll probably start closing up the blind here in a couple minutes, because it's going to be too dark for him to shoot in just a couple minutes. So, on to Saturday. Get a rest up for a couple days and be back at it Saturday morning. So we got out this morning. There's a heavy frost. And we heard something walk right up to us in the stand right under us. Clearly heard it walk to us, but never heard it walk away. So I don't know if there's something bedded behind these trees, or if it was just one of those weird animals that sounded exactly like a deer. So we're trying to be really quiet, not move. We just had a doe pop out way out there in the field. Pretty sure it's a doe. It's too far for us to shoot anyway. Try and zoom in here. Got a doe out there, which is good buck bait. Got a lone doe out there, hoping that she pulls something towards us. So that doe started working back towards us, and we lost her in the thick cover. And then all of a sudden, two little fawns stood up, and they're working their way over there and out through this thicker cover. They've been licking each other, fighting, and pawing at each other. It's been hilarious to watch. But we still don't know where that doe went. She might have bedded back down out there. Oh, they're coming towards us. She's looking at something over there to the left, though.
They're looking at the cows.
They're coming straight towards us. See if they keep looking back. Alright, tell me what happened.
So there was a 4-point buck right, well, at least we think it's a 4-point buck, and it was down over there, like, not, so there's a trail right here. It's kind of to the left of the trail, and he was right up there, and my hand was under here, and I shot the guy, and the crosshairs were on his shoulder, and
We're both shaking so bad because
Yeah.
it's freezing.
and I just shot.
Get all that adrenaline. Alright, so he came across that pond there, that flat, worked his way around us, and over to where those button bucks were this morning. So he was just past that branch there, right under where the branch is in the shot. Broadside to us 2 different times. Got set up on him the first time, then he took a couple more steps where he was into a little better clearing. And Riah shot. He ran up the Jeep trail through the field. Way up there to that finger at the edge of the woods. So we're gonna give it a little time. Try and warm up, stop shaking, and go see if we can find any hair or blood at the impact spot. This field's so brushy that we'll be able to get down there and look for a little bit of blood without spooking him, even if he is bedded down. Way over there. Couldn't really tell what the shot was like because the binoculars jumped when he shot. So alright, shaking has gone a little bit now, I think. So thinking back on it, I gotta get a real good bearing. I gotta look over there and get a real good bearing in the weeds of where he was, so that we can find it when we get down there. But we watched him run probably 200 yards. The first 100 of that at a pretty good clip, and then he started just kind of bounding a little bit more, and then it almost looked like he went down, but he was way off and there's a lot of weeds, so I don't really know. But he definitely looked like he was running hit pretty hard for the first part of that. So we're gonna go down to the impact point and not really go any farther than that, but see if we see any evidence of the hit down there. Gonna get my bow.
I've never seen a deer jump a fence except for that one. Oh, those two looks so big.
Did you see the drool hanging down from her mouth?
Yeah, I did. It's weird.
I think she's in heat and getting run hard by something. Okay. We got to where we think he was. It's real hard to tell because all this stuff looks the same. There's our stand way back there. So he was right around here somewhere, but it's pretty easy to tell where he ran because he ran right down the four-wheeler trailer, or the Jeep trail. We've got blood right here. So this is our first blood. Looks well, there's some chunky stuff there. Is that meat or like stomach stuff? We might have gotten a little stomach. Don't walk on that blood, because I want to come back and look at that. Hard to tell what that is. Smells so good. Look at chunky. See what else. tell if the stuff in it is frost or like gut or meat. We tracked to where he veered off the trail, which he went about 150 yards on the Jeep trail here. There's pretty decent blood coming the whole way. Splatters all over the place. And then he veered off the trail right here. You can see it splattered on the corn. There. And there's blood splattered up about 3 feet on the brush. About 30 yards back in there. And I can't see him laying anywhere. But I don't want to push anymore. What we're going to do is we're going to back out the way we came and walk out the way we normally do and come up over that hill and glass this area and see if we can see him laying down in here, because it's too thick to go in there through there now and just risk busted him up out of a bed. So he's hit hard. He's hit hard, buddy. And I think he's probably dead, but you just can't risk it. So if you hit him a little bit back, sometimes it can take a couple hours to die. So we're gonna back out, walk up around. If we don't see him anywhere, we may go get some breakfast and come back later. Alright? But we're gonna ease back out. There's good blood back in there. He's bleeding real good at this point, which is about 200 yards from where he was shot. Alright, so we went around, went up on the hill, and we're trying to spot him down there in the brush. And when we couldn't see anything, we decided to back out and go get breakfast. And I turned around and looked down, and we're standing right on his blood trail. So he's gone up this way somewhere, probably trying to get into that ravine over there. So we're just gonna start tracking from here because this is all open and we've already walked through it. So it's not like we're gonna bust him up right here. But if he gets down to that ravine, we're gonna let him lay for a little bit. So we're gonna track this as far as it's obvious, and then hopefully we got him. Came all the way back from the hill over there where we just were. Trailed him all the way up here. Still really good steady blood. Looks like he stood here for a minute. And is trying to get down in that ravine, which I don't want to push. Alright, so right back there, a few feet is where he stood for a little bit. And then it looks like he's probably walking now. There's a steady trail of blood straight towards that gap in those trees. So I think he's trying to get into that ravine where he feels safe and can lay down. So I think he's probably dead right down in there, but can't take any chances. So I'm gonna go get some breakfast, come back in a little bit, and then sneak down in there, make sure we're downwind so we don't spook anything, and see if we can recover him after breakfast. That ravine is just so open. As soon as you get over the top, you can pretty much see the whole thing. So if he's alive down in there, we could bust him up real easily. So we're just gonna wait. Do it. All right, we're headed in to do the final track hopefully he is laying right in that ravine. But we're gonna check the wind. It's been 4 hours, almost 4 hours since the shot. And we're gonna check the wind to make sure the thermals aren't pulling our scent right down in there. And then just creep our way to the edge and check out that whole ravine. Hopefully he's laying right in there.
Yeah.
So we're all the way down in here. The blood we've got. Right by that top. The other side of the ravine. He's still bleeding like a skunk pig. Hopefully he's just laying up here on this flat on the other side. That's where he came in the ravine. That's the last of the blood there. All on that fence. He lost a bunch of belly hair. Jumping over. The blood's getting a little more watery. There are a bunch of clots in it. All right, well, here's the update. We tracked that last video where I said it was the last blood. That was the last blood on our property. We tracked that thing for probably 1,500, 2,000 yards of lots of blood. Like, we only lost the blood trail a couple times and then found it again within 15 feet. So let me turn the camera around here. Oh, I can't do that right now. So we're sitting waiting for the CO. It's on a property. Oh, well, let me update. We walked the edge of the property and glassed down there because I just kept thinking it was going to be dead. Every little knoll we went over, I thought it was going to be laying over the next little thing because it was just hit so hard and bleeding so good. It made it over the fence. We walked the fence line, disappeared. Yeah, we walked the fence line, and I just glassed the woods on the other side and found him laying 150 yards on the other side of the fence. It is owned by a farmer, but leased by an outfitter. And he has been very difficult in the past. So we are waiting on the CO to come and help us out, try and mediate and talk to him, and hopefully, you know, he kind of has a soft heart and will allow us. Been hunting back here 20 years and I haven't had to go get a deer off that property. So hopefully he sees that, understands that we're doing things the right way and we're good hunters, and this is what happens with hunting. So the deer's down. I can't believe it went that far and bled that much, but we got him. Well, we found him. Now we got to get him. So we'll let you know how it goes. It's 1 o'clock now, and we're just hanging out, waiting on some other people to get involved for us.
Got him there on the hill there?
Yep, that's him. All right, we're walking back to get him. Got a conservation officer here, Matt, with us, who was kind enough to help drag him out, not just retrieve him. It's been a long day.
There you go.
Why don't you get up there? dude. Good job. Man, what do you think?
Cool.
You happy? That's a good ending right there. All right, now the hard work.
All right.
All right.
So we were up there getting the deer strapped in, and he thought that we should come down here by the pond.
So we could wash our hands in the water.
Yeah, well, after we gutted it out. And then
Then what happened?
he noticed that the pond was frozen. He started driving up here. He was talking to the CO, and the Jeep got stuck.
Yep. It is buried. So we are waiting on reinforcements. So this day just keeps getting more and more and more and more memorable. Look at that. We just hit the perfect dead soft spot. So now we gotta still gut a deer and pull out a truck. Look at that guy. Shot by that guy.
Are you
We're making
recording?
a YouTube video.
Are you on?
Yeah. We've been doing this video all season.
Under that.
Yeah, you could. Well, I got two under that other one. I could
Let me try this, because this was actually working
a little bit.
It was just we were way too buried. So soft.
Drake, say hi.
Hi.
Yeah.
Just make sure, don't, you not only get my dad, you get mostly your dad. Because he's the one that got stuck.
All right.
Yes! Moving! Yeah! We did it! Yeah!
Tie down straps, shingles, floor mats, and a shovel. Learn
Yep.
something new every day. All right, buddy, tell us the final feelings of the day. What do you think about all that?
Tired, hungry, and excited.
So, are you happy?
Yes.
You excited?
Yes.
Can you even believe that that all happened?
No.
You are in the butt club. Good job, buddy. That was a good shot, too.
Wow.
Right.
Antlers. Look at that.
Ooh.
That's what makes it. That's how you know it's a buck.
Cats.
That's not what
Can we
makes
touch
it a
his
buck.
fur?
But
Can we touch his fur?
It's,
that's awesome, buddy.
Can we
Let
touch
it
his
go.
fur?
Yes,
Yeah.
you can. Yeah, you can.
Where is it?
Grandma?
It's on this side.
Cold.
Boy, we cleaned it off too good.
Where did you shot him?
It's like
We're trying
right
to find
here.
Find it, but they.
It's like right here.
Maya's just digging his
It's so creepy.
fingers.
The sides
on
are
the other
still
side.
open.
No, it's both sides.
My
We
favorite
just
one.
cleaned it off real good. It's like right here
Yeah, it's like
somewhere.
Yeah.
His eyes are still
Here it is.
There it is.
Yes, honey.
Right here, Jake.
Oh yeah, you want to see that?
Oh, right there? I want
No, the hole. Do you want to see the hole?
Jake.
Oh yeah.
I see. I saw it.
Can you see it?
Oh, yeah, I see it.
That's where it went in. It came out the other side.
I did.
Okay, right. We gotta take a picture.
Ryan.
Awesome,
Yeah,
Bubba.
you're took a
No, me and you.
No.